fun begins.
Hello there, Kyle Katarn here. Today I am joined by my friend Bendu, who's going to be co-hosting this episode with me. How you doing, Bendu?
How's it going, man? Hello, followers of the Force.
Hello there.
Jesus. Wow, I was not prepared. I was not prepared for that.
I know, man. That was a long time ago.
Holy shit.
65 years. It's crazy to think that this podcast has been around for 65 years. That's older than Star Wars. That's older than both of us. And yet somehow
man. Like,
we've always been here. Always.
Blessings to all the followers of the Force. And hello there, fellow dorks. Yes, 'tis another Tuesday. It's another wonderful episode of the Dork Forces podcast. It's actually our 50th episode. So it's,
hashtag 50 tonight.
This is a milestone, which is great too, because in the next couple weeks we're gonna have like an amazing surprise for everyone. So we're still getting the kinks.
There's some things that we're cooking up. They're kind of behind the scenes right now, but very excited.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of a reminder. Like, this shit started at the COVID. Well, no, it was pre-COVID, but is when we first experimented with this, and then during quarantine was really when the Qatar.
That's when I started taking it more serious, because I wasn't working anymore, and so I was like, okay, full-time energy into YouTube, and then it started growing. But it says here, 2017 was when I started the channel up. So not quite 65 years, but a while now, honestly.
Yeah. And there's been such great content. There's been such great Star Wars moments in history that, granted, have been controversial, but the fact that everything
controversial these days.
Yeah, right. But it's everything that we've been able to experience from the prequel trilogy to the final season of Clone Wars that Filoni gave us, to the introduction of Disney Plus, to the introduction of Mando, to all the expanded video games, to what motion capture has really brought to things. This has just been a really, it is a great fandom, despite a lot of the negativity and a lot of the yelling that does happen in the background. It's still a very compassionate and deep-seated fandom, for sure.
Absolutely. I would say that I have kind of journeyed through the Star Wars fandom at this point, maybe more than I ever intended to. I just wanted to make some videos about YouTube, and I've interacted with Star Wars fans of all different kinds at this point, just through doing what I do. And overall, my experience has been positive, and people have been kind and friendly and enthusiastic and excited to talk about this thing that they love that we share, the haters and all these people that are completely I don't think I've had a real life encounter with someone that brought that energy. Every time that I actually interact with someone who's a Star Wars fan, it's such a positive experience. And the fandom has a really bad rep, and it's some of it absolutely deserved. But from my personal experience, I've always had a good time. And I'm a fucking white dude saying this, so go figure. But at the same time, that is my experience. So I have fondness for the Star Wars fandom for those reasons.
Yeah, and as a white person, it's great seeing the continued representation and the continued support that the overall franchise and different producers and people are able to give to characters and actors
100%.
like Reva, like Finn. I mean, there's a bunch of others, the Andor. There's so much stuff, and it's
Reva's excellent.
Of stories, yeah.
I'm hoping that it was just announced that Jodie Houser is giving us a Reva comic that's going to expand on her story a little bit. So I'm really excited to read that too. Thank you.
Currently, it's fun too, because it's I'm rewatching as I'm slowly putting together my Shatterpoint minis. I've started doing the rewatch of Clone Wars.
Hell yes, as you should, as is customary.
Man. Just some of the overall storytelling that expanded and grown from this fucking universe, and how there's still so many questions and so many missing gaps. So for example, the thing that immediately blares in my head is like the missing timeline between. So like the last time we see Maul on Mandalore, right, is when Palpatine shows up, kills Savage, just electrocutes the shit out of him, and like his last words are, "I'm not going to kill you. I have far greater things for you," whatever. And then that's kind of, and then we get like the Yoda and the Destinies, and we get the last like actual episodes of like season 5 or whatever. And then Filoni gives us season 6, and Maul's still like kind of in charge of Mandalore. Like we didn't really get the in-between story of after the Palpatine torture.
Not in the show, no.
Yeah.
No, we never did. On screen. But the story, we do get the story. We know that it was Death Watch supporters that broke him out of the prison.
Which is the Dark Disciple, which happens in the
during Dark Disciple, exactly.
Okay,
yes.
Cool shit.
It's like a subplot of Dark Disciple, but we never got to see it in the episode. And I had that same question before I read the book too. I was like, what wasn't he like, how did he get from there to there? Now, my question is, how did he get the Darksaber back if Palpatine had it at the end of the fight?
So rewatching it, it didn't really show Palpatine ever pick it up. He just kind of like just left. They just cut from Palpatine just electrocuting the shit out of Maul and just leaving both of his sabers there, right? So assumedly,
so it's sure.
Assumedly, what's his nuts? Gar Saxon probably picked it up and gave it back to Maul once they broke him out of prison, was like my assumption. But like knowing the Dark Disciple stuff, rewatching the episodes of Ahsoka getting kicked out of the Order and like Barriss being a fucking terrorist and like Ventress and Ahsoka getting into a fight. Episodes. And like, yeah, and like that's also the last time we see Ventress before Maul straight up kills her again in Dark Disciple and then steals the Dark Disciple half of the lightsaber and then gets his double blade red lightsaber back. Hence, then we get like the Mandalore fight. But like, yeah, dude, there's stuff that's like, oh man, the stories though. But it's like Maul, the epitome of fan resurrection, dude. Like the epitome of a fan character resurrection.
Legit. Well, I mean, that's kind of like art.
And Boba Fett. I guess Boba Fett as well, but still.
It's also like life imitating art, or I guess in this case, art imitating more art with the Star Wars visionaries idea of like Maul fighting Vader. Remember?
Right, or like, well,
that's kind of what sparked the whole thing.
Well, it was Maul hunting down little kid Luke on Tatooine to flesh out Obi-Wan was the story.
That's what it was.
The Maul Vader fight was a bunch of Sith cultists felt that Vader was an inadequate apprentice for Palpatine because he used to be a Jedi, and they were like, no, Maul was totally the better apprentice for Palpatine, and we're gonna prove it. We're gonna prove it by resurrecting Maul's spirit. And then Palpatine was like, "Who the fuck are you all? What makes you think that you guys know my decision making better than I do?" And then Vader just one-handed and one-legged just like kills all these cultists. And it's just like
as he should. Sounds like they were stepping out of their bounds a little bit.
But yeah. The fact that at one point Maul calls Dooku like the false Sith, like there were just certain things that I forgot were said and certain lines that I forgot were like totally said and done. And it's just like
I'm due for a rewatch myself, honestly.
Yeah, or like forgetting that
with the old school stuff.
Or like hearing Favreau's voice is Pre Vizsla. Like Pre Vizsla is such a little bitch. He's such a little bitch. And then like But it's funny because like Bo-Katan wasn't always good.
Shout out to Jon Favreau.
When she got first introduced, she was part of Death Watch. It was totally like, a national supremacist sort of a chick. She was like, my sister.
It's true. She was
she's too peaceful.
It's worth pointing out that Bo-Katan was fully with the quote unquote bad guys of Mandalore at the time that we meet her character.
Yep.
But that was when she was very young and she went through a lot. And I think it really did change who she is. And you can't really, I mean, it's the same person, so you can hold her for her crimes. But at the same time, she's drastically different in terms of her personality. By the time we see her in Mandalorian, by the time she's rising to lead the people,
dude,
she's earned it by then. It's
like
not
almost
the same Bo-Katan that you see in the Clone Wars.
Yeah, it's almost 3 different people because I'm not fully sure how many years. It can't be that many years, at least maybe 1 or 2 between when Ahsoka leaves the Order and then when we see her again with the Martez sisters. Because then Siege of Mandalore happens, and then like she like looks older than she was when she left the Order, so it had to be at least like 1 year. Because Anakin also looks like his Revenge of the Sith self.
Right. It's much closer to episode 3.
Yeah.
I'm looking it up right now because I was like, why am I just sitting here wondering when I have a computer in front of me? I can just like, look that up. Okay, so season 5, when she leaves the Order, is 20 BBY. Season 7 is 19 BBY. So it's 1 year. It's 1 year later.
So
the Clone Wars only spanned a couple years total, so it couldn't have taken.
So both Ahsoka and Bo-Katan, both of them could have gone through each their own individual shit to grow up more as individuals. Yeah, and then Anakin's like, Snips, it's so great to see you. She's like, I'm not your Snips anymore. She's like, I'm a real person. But yeah, no, we fucking love Ahsoka. But yeah, but it's interesting too. Like the all of a sudden, how did the friendship happen between Bo-Katan and Ahsoka? You know, like how did they? I don't know. There's certain things that I just find interesting. But
100%, Bo-Katan was a full-blown terrorist. I completely agree with that.
That's true.
I'm not reducing her actions to being a phase. I'm saying that she made hardcore mistakes and she grew and she learned from them rather than continuing down the same road to make those same mistakes for the rest of her life. That's the only point that I'm trying to make. She did terrible things, but she didn't continue to do terrible things. She grew as a person. She actualized. That's all I'm trying to say.
Tis true. But yeah, like the friendship or like the unification between Ahsoka and Bo-Katan, like I'm really curious as to like when and how that happened. Or if it was just they both were unifyingly like, what the fuck, Obi-Wan? When Obi-Wan was like, hey, so we want to try to get the planet back that your girlfriend died on. Are you going to help us?
It was an enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of situation.
Yeah.
Like it was never a full-blown alliance with Obi-Wan. It was just, okay, you're my best shot of getting out of here alive because Maul's trying to kill me. And she knew that she needed to eventually try and avenge the death of her sister. So it was kind of I feel like they started off with an alliance of necessity, and then it kind of grew from there. And then she reaches out to Ahsoka. You know, I don't know if she knew that Ahsoka had left the Jedi Order or not when she reaches out to her on 1313 and tries to enlist her to help with Mandalore.
Just a fair point. Do you think she would have if she known that she wasn't a Jedi?
I don't know. I'm not sure if she's privy to that kind of inside information, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And if she saw Ahsoka down there, clearly the Night Owls were tracking her down there. Maybe they just thought she was like on a mission for Anakin or something like that.
That's true.
There you go. A reformed criminal. That's a really good way of putting it. I guess you don't hear the term reformed terrorist too often. It's kind of a
you kind of do.
Yeah,
well, you hear former white supremacists. You hear.
Well, that's true. That's true. Yeah, no, you're right.
No, you former Proud Boy. Yeah, no, that's the thing.
Not proud anymore.
She was a Proud Boy though. But like Mandalore though, like keeping itself as an independent system is very impressive. Like going back and looking at Mandalore in its prime, like it's such a super cool, like crystalline medieval looking city town place. Like strangely enough, everyone is fucking blonde hair and blue eyed. It's very Aryan in some weird ways. But like the fact that you have the really cool crystal cubular, you know, like skyscrapers, and how like half of your society is so used to flying on jetpacks that it's like normal for you to have like these bi-level.
Right. There's casual like air pedestrian traffic.
Yeah.
Like foreign society. I'm trying to wrap my head around like the weird
police officers look like they're from fucking Gondor. You know,
it was a choice for sure to like have a bunch of like Aryan looking people in Mandalore in the Clone Wars, and they've done a really good job of changing that and having a really diverse crowd of Mandalorians in the live action in the show.
Yes. Agreed.
But it's like it bleeds back into like the Jango Fett. Isn't he a Mandalorian? Like he absolutely is a Mandalorian. But one of the arguments used against it was like, well, he doesn't look like the Mandalorians in the Clone Wars. It's like, well, fucking get out of here.
They're just Bo-Katan. For the longest time, like I'm still convinced that Obi-Wan's part Mandalorian. Like the way that he speaks, his tone of voice, like how proper he is. Like
Obi-Wan,
I know he's
as in Kenobi, you think is Mandalorian?
no. I'm not like it wouldn't surprise me like if that was part of his like ancestral, part of his ancestry.com sort of a thing. Just because of like there's so many similarities between like how he acts and talks and like Satine in Mandalorian culture. Like it wouldn't surprise me if he was from like some Mandalorian moon. Like I know he's not. Like I know Kenobi's most certainly like he's from some other planet.
He's from a planet called Stujon.
But because of like, I don't know, how proper he is all the time, how half British he is, like it wouldn't surprise me at all that he came from, because he's such a knight in shining armor, it wouldn't fucking surprise me that he comes from a planet of fucking
It's true. Well, I mean, it's no wonder he fell in love with a Mandalorian woman, because he totally vibes with that, like down to his very blood. Like that's how he is as a person too. So it wouldn't surprise me either, I guess. But it would be out of left field, but who's to say he's not, It's a trivial detail at this point because he wasn't raised in his own culture, and he wasn't even raised by his own family,
Right?
So,
yeah.
So his background could be anything at all, and it wouldn't change anything about who he is and who he grew up to be, because he was raised at the Jedi Temple instead.
But like, could you imagine Star Wars Ancestry.com now? I'm just like thinking about it of like, like if you were to like the Game of Thrones equivalency of like thinking of, well, who's from where, and
I'm pretty sure every single family tree would branch back to Mace Windu Smuggler. Yeah. He started them all. No, that's terrible. So I found our first clip that we ever posted. That was Star Wars related to the internet, and this was before the channel even existed by a number of years. And I have shown this in the podcast before, ages ago. But take a look at this.
I was gonna say, I remember those whistles weren't there before.
No, there's a longer version, and
it's
been lost to the sands of time, unfortunately. But
oh man, yeah, no, I'm going through I'm looking through some of the comments here, and it's just like, yeah, no, Obi-Wan and Satine were totally a Dread Pirate Roberts and Princess Buttercup situation. Like they were a total Princess Bride sort of.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, like I don't know, they totally have that feel, but like yeah, they're the tragic love sort of a thing.
That's what I want to see a graphic novel about, is young Obi-Wan and Satine's like relationship during his year on Mandalore, protecting her during the Civil War.
It'd be fucking amazing. It'd be fucking amazing. It would be the same as and then we'd partially see the time that like him and Quinlan Vos grew up and like went through Jedi training together. Like
anything to get more Quinlan content.
Yes.
Anything. And he's out there. His name was written on the wall, the hidden path in canon. So
he's there somewhere. He's out there
around doing something. And I feel like there is a non-zero sum chance that he has met Cal Kestis.
Baby version. Oh my god, my eyes are freaking out.
Oh no. Too much screen time. That happens to me sometimes.
Well, it's turning into
I'll get right on it.
It's coming up on monsoon season out here. So like the slight wind is starting to kick up more dust and dirt in the air. So
there's
some
I love monsoons. I haven't been in a proper monsoon since I was a kid. I am very much a like being cozy when it's raining outside kind of person. Maybe that's just the satellite in me. Having it like streaming down the windows. There's a Scandinavian word, hygge. I don't know how to pronounce it, but let me get the definition. It refers to exactly the feeling that I'm talking about, because there's always some word that completely encapsulates a hard to articulate feeling. A quality of coziness and comfortable conviviality that engenders a feeling of contentment or well-being. It's Danish. Yeah, the word is hygge. I just learned about this word, and that is what I feel every time it's like raining outside. It's like very, very cozy, or like when you're camping, when you're like in a tent. That's my vibe. Just being cozy all the time. Yes, I can't wait, man. It's going to be great. I can't wait to meet everybody. For those of you who don't know yet, we are doing a meetup in Batuu, Galaxy's Edge next month. It's going to be Thursday, July 13th. We're going to be at Batuu West, I should say, in Anaheim. Going to be there all day. Want to meet as many people as possible. Got to ride the Falcon ride. We're going to get some drinks at Oga's Cantina. And going back to what I was just saying, like, honestly, I want to go to Batuu in the rain one of these days. I've been there in the sun, been there at night. I feel like it would be somehow more immersive if it was rainy. I don't know why. We've never seen Batuu like depicted as a rainy place. Some about having like active weather going on just makes a planet feel more real. And drink all of it.
Also, I mean, like, dude, I wish I could remember what blue milk tasted like. Like, I remember it being, because I got the sour one.
I'm gonna say something that might upset people, but the blue milk tastes just like Grimace's birthday milkshake.
Do you think so? Like, do you have like, do you remember what the blue milk tastes like?
Yeah, because I went to the drive-thru and I was like, "Happy birthday, Grimace!" And then I got a shake, and then I tried it, and I was like, immediately had sense memory of Batuu blue milk. Like that was immediately what I thought of.
You think it has like a birthday cake sort of flavor?
I know that's controversial, and I will pre-apologize now. But yeah, no, Grimace birthday shake, blue milk, same thing.
Really?
Yeah, flavor-wise, same
now
thing.
I'm gonna have to like fucking run to McDonald's.
Thank you.
I'm gonna have to fucking run to McDonald's tomorrow on my way to work and like try that out because I don't remember shit about blue. Oh man. Yeah, I had the frozen one. I had
a rough couple of years.
I had the one with the sour strips in it, and it was really good. But interesting. Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to try this out immediately now. Shit.
Yeah, no, I'm glad that inspires you to try it more. Because honestly, I was like, "Ooh, this is delicious. Why is this so familiar?" Boom, Galaxy's Edge, blue milk.
Oh my god, that's incredible.
Huh. I tried the green one too. Yeah, the green one was a little bit more citrusy. We're gonna have to make a video when we're there and just do like a taste test of the blue milks and the green. Figure out where we stand on this. Hey, Nerdy Zombie, how you doing? That was a killer fan film that you made, by the way. I especially appreciated the stunt where you threw Vader down the stairs. I'm glad nobody got hurt, and I appreciated the janitor in the background of the Emperor's throne room confrontation scene. That was my favorite part.
Oh, I'll have to watch whatever fan film.
Yeah, catch the reaction. It's on my YouTube channel. Came out this week. Very, very good.
What is it called?
You know what? I can tell you what it's called because I got my YouTube channel. I got my YouTube channel right here, buddy. Hold on. Boom. There we go. Oh, nope. That's not the right button. There we go. It's called Star Wars at K Park, Return of the Jedi. Mm-hmm. You know what? Check it out. Let's watch it because I've got the link to it right here. Here we go. Live Bendu reaction.
Is there supposed to be sound?
No, this is the throne room scene from Return of the Jedi.
Oh, it's just the awkward elevator ride.
There's a lot, dude. The Death Star is very big. There's a lot of stairs. A lot of stairs.
So he just literally just picked him up off of it.
It just got here, yeah.
Kept wanting to say Andor. I was like, no, Andor Forest, motherfucker. Say the right one. That's a good Palpatine.
Honestly, good voice, yeah. I noticed that. Yeah, with the green font. Agreed. Vader looking great over here. I appreciate any fan film that actually goes and does the cardboard chest box. Got to be cardboard if you're going to go with the low production values.
Well, it just offers so much like actual structure and build to it. Man, this looks like Seattle Central Community College. I love how all schools like kind of look the same.
There's kind of universal school look, right?
God, this is great though. I want to know if this must have been like,
see, that was sweet. That was great. He kicked him down the stairs, but they like.
That was a good go back. Can we watch that edit cuts?
Hell yeah.
That was a good cut. So we get the over the shoulder and then camera switch.
100%.
Closer to the edge, camera switch. Perfect. So it just goes from the kick to the fall. Yeah.
The stuff that you and your friends are doing is exactly what me and Bendu were doing back in the day.
We even had to write our shit down. We were like, we had to make lists of what each shot we needed.
We choreographed a whole ass fight scene, and then we were like snuck down to the loading dock of a Best Buy where they had like a bunch of industrial equipment. So it looked all, there was steam. It looked all Star Warsy. We had a great fight, and then we got run out of there by security. It was awesome.
But we got like at least a good 50% of the fight though. So it was like,
yeah, we did.
It was worth it as like a kind of teaser comment thing. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait, did he just?
He brought the shock and awe, man. He brought the razzle dazzle. Did you see that?
I totally thought like he just threw the saber and just like fucked up that ceiling.
He did. He threw the saber. He fucked up the whole world. Look.
Like Luke's trying to turn him away from the dark side, and then Vader's like, "Hey, watch this."
Yeah, but can you fucking do this?
Wham! Yeah, totally thought that was real for a fucking second. I was like,
"Oh my god, Death Star!"
He just
yeah, I appreciate the gonk droid in the background just standing by for if he's needed.
Trash can looks like a gonk droid, 100%. Gonk. Oh, that's excellent. This had to have been like, I wonder if this was like a summer film camp, or if this was on the weekend. Like, why is nobody?
I think this was for a school project.
Like, why are so many of the lights off? Why is there nobody there?
Oh, you can't film this shit during school hours. You're gonna hit too many people by accident with the lightsaber.
Right. That's why.
Also, people won't stop walking through your damn shot. We know that one.
Yeah, and you couldn't do this during like between classes because you'd be too much of a distraction in the hallway.
What the hell? That thing wasn't fully paid off yet.
Do you know how much that ceiling costs? Oh my god. Is this your high school? Oh, fucking amazing. This is after school 2020. Okay.
High schools after dark have just like this unsettling liminal space feel to them.
On a fucking Thursday. Excellent. Fucking excellent. 2020. So like this must have been, was this during quarantine for you then? Or no, I guess COVID was 2020.
No, just after class. Here we go. Cut it off. Yeah, bitch. Love it.
Cut it off, he says. He's like, no more.
Yes. Love it. They perfectly recreated the shot.
They put little wires. Excellent.
Attention to detail.
Pre-COVID. Oh, fascinating. Okay. Yeah, I guess if it was during COVID quarantine, they wouldn't have let you all in the building. Yeah, that makes sense. After school 2020 on a fucking Thursday. Look at this whisk. Look at this whisk of a hand.
You can make an omelet with that thing. You're about to see my favorite thing that's ever been made in a fan film. You'll know it when you see it,
bro. Man. I
love this. This gets at the heart of what a fan film really is supposed to be.
That's so fucking 80s, bro. Like that's.
You don't need big budgets.
That's
you don't
perfect.
need crazy effects. This is all you need.
Fucking perfect. It's all there.
They're just fucking this kid up in the middle of a hallway, and we're here for it. We love it.
God, the Vader panning back and forth at least 5 times kills me every fucking time.
I know, right? Like, I love how long
what is he thinking?
Cut off hand arm is to
like how many sentences? Hands. Yeah, like I want to know, like eeny, meeny, miny, mo, like fucking guy. And
well,
then,
you know,
and then
Palpatine likes to
again,
play with him. Here we go. Here we go.
fucking just
Make a
picks
decision,
him up.
Vader. You got this.
Oh
Yes.
God.
Yes.
Oh man.
Yes. Boom. That's how it's done. I have to see that throw one more time. That throw is too fucking amazing. Let's go.
Bro, the pillow body transition to the action figure.
He fully fell apart when he threw him. He fell in like 5 different directions.
Fucking amazing. And then the 6 different, oh my God, the different the continue lighting. Bro, yes. Fucking amazing.
Oh my God. I'm gonna die.
So fucking wonderful. Oh my God.
And he's like,
Good
oh,
job.
good, I can get up now. No more lighting.
Good job, team. Like, Dad, come here, Dad.
Oh, that was fucking amazing.
No.
Wow, these shots have a much higher production value.
Like, don't forget our shit.
Yeah.
Oh God. Fucking amazing.
Yeah, Woodsy, 100%. He's very aware that the camera's going on, and he does a great job. It's a true acting moment when you find yourself on the steps of a high school wearing half of a Darth Vader costume and a cut off hand, realizing that cute girl that you like might walk by and see this like happening, unfolding. There's always that chance.
Oh, that's his prime. Yeah, no. It's for a project.
You got to put that out of your mind and remember, you are Vader.
It's for a project.
Yeah. And you're an artist.
Fantastic falling. Oh my God.
Yeah, much more elaborate set for those shots.
Fucking
don't just red on it. Come on, that's a Black Series.
Fucking, that looked like it hurt. That looked like it was as difficult as it should have been. It's like, I'm Dr. Eggman.
He looks amazing.
It looks so good.
Honestly, though, he looks fan-fucking-tastic, knowing that that's all like cardboard and duct tape and stuff.
And a fucking swim cap, dude. Oh, that's amazing.
And the bald cap, I can't imagine anything better.
The Crayola,
absolutely commitment.
The Crayola marker. Oh my God. With the excellent. Fucking love all of this.
Yeah, no. This is fantastic.
Just Vader needs to stop looking at the camera.
Nice. Yeah, see? It's inspiration. He looks around and he sees Star Wars in his very environment. That's my kind of dude right there. I can't wait to see what the next one is that you're going to make.
Let me die.
Very good. Very good.
Tribute.
I'm not leaving until I see that goddamn throw one more time. This will live on in my mind and in my heart and my soul.
The pillow throw? like, it's so good.
What a fucking stunt. I want to know if some random janitor was downstairs and just saw this just land at their feet.
Yeah. Fucking go. Oh man. That's so good. That's so prime. See, this is what it's about. This is what it's about.
That was incredible. That was absolutely incredible.
That's what it's about.
Thank you for sharing that with us, Nerdy Zombie 83. That was great. Yeah, fan films like that are always my favorite because it doesn't have to be elaborate or high budget or like with fancy visual effects. Like as long as there's like a true passion for the subject matter, like it's very obvious and it bleeds through into whatever the end result of the work is. You know, you don't need much more than cardboard and a Black Series helmet. Like my favorite fan film of all time was literally a dude wandering around in the woods wearing a cardboard box being a gonk droid, and it was like a story of a gonk droid like wandering around, and it was like the most low production ridiculous shit without context. If you just saw like one blurry still, you might think it was from the Blair Witch Project, but like It was amazing. It was great. And I will always have a soft spot for those kinds of fan films because those are the kind of fan films that I made, you know?
I think I'm trying to remember now what my
Please
first,
do.
I mean, aside from, fuck, now I'm forgetting all the titles. Now I'm forgetting, aside from the Darth Maul fight on the beach with the other two like Iridonian brothers. Man, what was that one called? The other one I really liked was, I think it was just called The Duet, and it was made by like the Cho brothers or something like that. And it was just it was a lightsaber choreography fight with a double-bladed lightsaber and like one single blade. But oh God, what was that? What was the Maul one called?
Are you talking about Art of the Saber?
Yeah, I think it is Art of the Saber.
I don't think I've seen Art of the Saber.
Oh, what? No, yeah, no. You have. We have. We've watched it together.
I don't think I've seen this.
Early
Hold on. Tell me if this is it. Let me pull it up and tell me if this is the right one. Tell me if this is it. Because if not, we got a fan film reaction going right now.
Oh, brothers. Yeah, dude. This is old. Contract of Evil. Thank you, Woodsy.
Fuck yeah, that one's excellent.
Thank you, Woodsy. That thing was fucking amazing. I need to see them.
Woodsy, I'm so glad you remember it. Yeah, that was.
Yes, thank you, Woodsy. That Contract of Evil. Yeah, dude. This is one. Yeah, dude.
Okay. I'm strapping in. Let's go. Let's go.
This is one of the very first Star Wars fan films I ever watched. Oh.
I think the first I ever saw was Ryan versus Dork Man.
This came out like kind of around the same time when Star Wars fan films were in their own website.
That was during the infancy of YouTube, man. Everything was brand new.
Pre-YouTube, Art of the Saber. Yeah, man. He has a single blade, and then his brother has a double blade.
This is an intense opening.
There should be music.
There is.
Okay. Yeah, they use the Hasbro flick open ones, so like you know that they were going hard with these blades. They practiced for fucking hours. But yeah, dude, double blade purple.
Here we go. They're really building this one up. All right.
Yeah, dude, double blade purple versus single blade red. Dude.
Ooh.
Dude, they're so clean with it. They're so clean with it. Do you see that? He held, blocked, and swapped, and then yeah I fucking love that shit.
Oh, he planted it. Okay, this is fucking sick.
Bro.
Nice. That's
behind the neck twist, bro.
In Jedi Outcast. Oh, dude, wait, what the fuck did he just do?
Did you see that? He he flipped the saber.
Oh. Yeah, what? Oh, come on.
He used the inertia of the hilt to flip.
He did the fucking Donnie Yen kick. I love it.
Yeah.
Nice.
B-twist.
Force this pull. Choreography is insane.
Clean ass force pull. And then just
ooh.
God, dude. Fucking straight aerial into a split.
God damn.
Splits, bro. Yeah, dude. This
don't ever fuck with these brothers. That's a beautiful shot too.
Yeah, this was totally in their own backyard too. Like, Like this would be like us
got pretty
filming
nice
Discovery
backyard.
Park.
I have the high ground. Don't try it. He's trying it anyway. I love that this guy's going through all of Cal Kestis's various stances, like decades
Before Cal
the
Kestis
game.
was even a thought.
Yeah, he's doing all of them.
Oh,
Oh, what the fuck was that?
That was like an Inquisitor kind of move.
That was
Behind
so
the backslash finisher. Behind the backslash finisher.
Yeah.
Finisher. Bro. Yeah. He killed the wife, he killed the kid, and now he killed the husband. All three.
This is called Art of the Saber.
Villain won the movie, man. Villain won the film. Dedicated to our parents.
I wonder how the parents feel about that. That they dedicated a film about murdering a family to them.
Only one of them, just the youngest brother killed.
Yeah, but it implies that the wife and baby too. That was amazing. Yeah, no, that was fantastic. So that's the first fan film that you remember seeing?
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah. That one was old school for sure. You could tell. Yeah.
Yeah, the whole
that was excellent.
They have another one too. I think that was also called The Duet, but like it was kind of like their making of, or like they were practicing the choreography for that fight, and they were doing it in like their own like actual backyard. Like there's just like junk and stuff in the back. I think their saber colors are a little different, but like, yeah, I saw that one, and then I saw the Ryan vs. Dorkman series afterwards.
Ryan vs. Dorkman is a classic. I think everybody knows those ones. Yeah, no,
so
that one.
Art of
That
the
was
Saber, the Darth Maul Contract of Evil. God, that was fucking amazing. Yeah, and then the newest Maul where he fights the one apprentice and kills her on the beach. I think that's one of my most recent like favorites. And then there's a couple of other ones.
I think that's the one that Blind Wave did.
Yeah,
it's called Darth Maul Apprentice. But yeah, no, I think Contract of Evil is up there for me too. For those of you who don't know Contract of Evil,
it's just so campy, but like Power Rangers campy. Are we watching the whole thing, or are you just showing part of it?
Oh, I guess this is 14 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah, because we don't want to get.
That's true. Let's go to the sweet fight in the middle.
Yeah, dude.
I love the way the Zabreks are so animalistic in this.
And they all have different saber colors. Like we get to see someone using an orange before orange was really a thing, and then like
it's very dark forces.
Yellow. Like it's great. It's just so great. And then this like
look at this.
Dude, the makeup was so fantastic in this film. This is what really made me remember it, was just like how amazing the prosthetics and makeup were, and like how goofy
for sure.
the costumes were. But not to mention the acting. But like, look at that.
The dude in the orange robes has the yellow double blade. He's like the ugliest Bastila Shan cosplay ever.
Bro, but it's like he's wearing a Klingon costume in a Star Wars fan film. Like he's straight up a fucking Star Wars Klingon. Look at that guy. He's like a Lord of the Rings orc in
Star Wars. They're Star Wars orcs. That's what these are.
Yeah. Patience, brother.
Let me get to the final fight here, because this part's awesome.
You are strong in the dark side. Yeah, they just
this is like a living Dark Horse comic. That's what it is.
So fucking great, dude.
They filmed at a beautiful location too.
But like even the dude they got for Maul was just like,
no, he's fantastic. And he looks
why
really
is
good.
this thing here?
Why not? Datham is a crazy place.
God.
Yes, Devil Dog, fully Urukai.
And then like the fact that Maul gets them to like go to where he wants them to be just so he can fuck them up on his terms, fucking brilliant. Blah, 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 blah.
Totally.
And then like the brother using the two orange sabers like tries the same kick combo and misses twice. He misses both kicks as if, this kick failed before. Let me try it again. See? It's just like, bro. And then he's like, oh, I got your belt.
Oh no. It's getting sexy in here. They're like, what do we do? Let's follow him. Yeah, no, the orange saber and the yellow saber, it's so Dark Forces to me. Because all the Dark Jedi that you fight is Kyle Katarn, They're not all red blades, you know.
Now single blade
God,
Maul.
this choreography is so sick, though.
This was like in the heyday of the Dark Horse Maul comics as well.
Well, when this came out,
Basic
TFN
Task
was
Force
still a
push.
thing. The fandom network or the fan network.
That's what it was called. That was the website. Oh man. Yes. And then this is where they realize that Maul's just been fucking with them the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my god, we're almost out of breath, and this dude's smiling. Why is he smiling? And Maul's like, because you're a bitch.
Because I have a contract of evil.
Came out in 2002. Yeah, man. Now he's like, all right, now I'm going to kill you all for real. Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Yeah, 2002.
You are worthy of gifts of the dark side. Just like, they're so fucking goofy.
I love it.
They're so goofy. And then they know that they're about to die. And they're like, fuck it.
I want more of this goofiness in my Star
As long
Wars.
as we can die on our terms. As long as we can die on our terms. I was like, oh, God. It's getting hot. Maul's like, all right, I'm going to stab you here. Nice. Ooh, maybe not.
Hey, this music sounds
Or does he
familiar.
get the slice? Oh, he slices someone first. Okay. God, look at that shot. That's so clean. That makeup is so fucking good.
No, he looks fantastic.
Fucking slow stab. And dude's like, no. And Maul's like, yes. But yeah, I think this was also one of the first fan films that I got to see where someone actually put the time in to paint the body paint. And whatever they used, whatever alcohol-based makeup they used in here was phenomenal. Because this was
fantastic. Because like he's got so sweaty by the end of the fight.
There's no smear.
Yeah, no smears whatsoever.
No smear, no blur. Look at that. Fucking fantastic.
Yeah, his movement is super fluid, and it reminds me a lot of Ray Park. He does a really good job with the fight itself. Totally what I'm thinking. Yeah, no. Excellent. That's one of the best. That's one of the best ones for Maul, definitely. Absolutely. Yeah, man, going down memory lane. There's some fucking amazing fan films that we've reacted to. Like you said at the beginning of the podcast, we've been here on the scene for so many awesome events that have unfolded in Star Wars. You know, like ever since Twin Suns, ever since we saw the canon death of Darth Maul in Rebels. That was the first reaction video that I ever posted way back then. And since then, we've gotten live action Star Wars for the very first time. Galaxy's Edge opened up. That became a thing. We're getting so many new, like brand new movies and comics and everything. Maybe not so many movies right now, but we have gotten so many. And the
short series, the amount of short series that we've been getting on Disney Plus is like they've been their own movies.
I have no complaints in the content department in terms of like how much Star Wars we're getting. There's plenty out there to sink our teeth into. And honestly, I'm actually behind. I haven't read a lot of phase 2 of High Republic, and I know that phase 3 is like already out, so I'm very behind on that. The only thing that's current on High Republic that I've been reading is the comics, but yeah, several novels behind, so I need to get on that for sure. I have not seen the trailer. I saw the poster and I've seen everybody talking about it. Fuck it, let's pivot, let's find it, let's do this thing.
I was gonna say I have seen it. It's so.
Don't tell me anything. Let's experience this. Kraven the Hunter is a comic book character, right?
Yes, he's a Spider-Man villain.
I would not have guessed that. Okay, cool. I would have assumed he was like gonna fight Thor or someone, but he's like no. He is Marvel, right?
He's a Spider-Man villain.
Yeah. So okay, interesting. Well, let's find out. I got the trailer right here. So, Kraven the Hunter. Live reaction for me. Bendu's seen it before. Let's do this thing.
Why do we have no sound?
You can't hear the sound?
I can't hear shit on my end.
What about now?
Nope. Shout out in the chat if you can hear anything.
Yeah, can you guys hear the trailer? Because I can hear it just fine. Interesting.
Fucking Russell Crowe, man.
Why is there no sound? I'm sharing my screen. I can hear the sound. No one else can hear it, huh? Could you hear the sound on the last fan film that we did?
Nope.
So you couldn't hear sound on the Darth Maul one either?
No.
Very interesting. Huh. Okay.
That's why I was offering sounds and was quoting it the whole time.
Interesting. Okay. Well, there's something going on with the share screen. You want me to just play it anyway with no sound? Okay. I guess I can do that.
So yeah, it's Russell Crowe. It's the actor who played Quicksilver / Kick-Ass, I think. Right? That's the same dude.
Oh, I see. I didn't check the box that said share system audio. I'm silly. Right now. Can you hear it?
I can hear it now, yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we can hear it now.
I'm just an idiot.
So yeah, so Kraven's supposed to be Russian, and he's supposed to, yeah.
Oh, he's doing some crazy shit. But why is he doing this?
We are predators.
What?
Your mother is dead.
Russell Crowe's a Russian dude.
She died because you sent her away. She was weak, sick in her mind. You're not my business. Yes.
Okay, like a mafia guy, like a monster.
It's about strength. If you show weakness, you will give our enemies an opening. Shoot.
Oh, what the fuck?
He's weak.
Yikes.
Like his mother. Leave him.
What happened that day?
I stared death in the
He's
face.
got lion blood?
And for the first time, I saw my true self.
Okay.
Tell me about this hunter. They say he uses a connection with animals to track his prey.
Not just lions, all
You're on
animals.
his list. There's only one way off.
There's 6 of us, and only one of you.
There's 6 of you now.
Why?
Why do you hunt?
My father puts evil into the world. I take it out.
I think you're some kind
That
of
was pretty
hunter.
gnarly.
You're exactly
The
like
bear
our
trap.
father. Just another man hunting for a trophy.
We're murderers. Isn't that what he taught us?
You don't get to do that to me anymore.
Oh, great. There's spiders.
Mr. Teglin. Mr. Teglin? Where's Mr. Teglin?
Oh, you're standing in him.
You're a goddamn lunatic.
Oh, you just figured that out now?
There is an animal in each one of us.
Don't you want to know why they call me the Rhino?
You should get that looked at, dude. Okay. Okay. So that's Kraven the Hunter. I don't know
in New Line Cinema
about
you know who
the character.
So you know when that one film agency, I can't remember who it was, but whoever owned Hellraiser, you know how they kept putting out shit movies because the only way to keep the Hellraiser franchise name was if they kept making Hellraiser shit?
Sure.
I feel like Sony is trying to do that right now. They're like,
with the Spider-Man properties.
If we keep pumping out as much garbage Spider-Man shit, we can keep the Spider-Man franchise name. And
this looked like
it looked like Morbius. It looked like who said it? Who said it in the chat? Fucking Droid Herder. It was like Morbius.
Hey, Beastmaster is beloved. Don't you dare.
Fucking
Don't you dare.
garbage.
I love Beastmaster. No, this feels like like Kevin Sorbo's Hercules and the Legendary Journeys had a baby with the fucking Morbius. That's what it feels like to me. I don't know. I'll probably watch it. I'll probably laugh at it.
I haven't even seen fucking Morbius yet. And you know what's even worse?
You haven't seen Morbius?
You can't watch Morbius.
So you haven't actually seen Morbius yet. So you don't know the scene where he goes, it's Morbin time that everyone.
No,
you haven't actually seen that scene.
No, I haven't. Not yet.
It's the best part of the movie.
But like, what's so fucking horrible is because I have DirecTV, right? It's still fucking $13 to rent. Like, it's still equally $13 fucking to rent and buy. They don't even give you the option of like renting it for a cheaper thing. It's like, this is the flat price.
It's high quality, and you're gonna pay through the nose, and you're gonna like it.
And it's like, no, I'm not. You can suck.
For the record, I haven't seen Hellraiser. I'm gonna react to it as part of Spooktober.
My wife's name. Okay, so Connie, we had this conversation. The Hulu version was dope. The Hulu version, great. You can't tell me, you can't try to tell me that Hellraiser 7 through 9 were good.
Remember Manimal.
Okay? You can't tell me that the Cenobite that threw CDs out of his head to kill people was a cool thing. But yes, no, Hellraiser was great. But yeah, no, they really
like literal compact discs?
Yeah.
That sounds fucking.
He was a DJ.
I haven't seen it though. I haven't seen it. I'm gonna react to it. That's the plan.
Yeah. The first like 3 to 4, great. But yeah, no, some of them are just very questionable.
We were talking. I was talking to Hera about Firefly because we were watching that 911 Lone Star show, and it's got Gina Torres, Zoe from Firefly in it.
Mm-hmm.
And she was saying how Firefly was the first place that she'd ever seen Zoe, and we started talking about Cleopatra 2525. Do you know about that show? Do you remember that show? Does anyone in the comments remember Cleopatra 2525? I feel like I was the only one who ever saw it on TV. It wasn't great, but Gina Torres was like the leading lady, and she like sang the theme song and everything. And that's like whenever I see her in something else, I'm like from Cleopatra, but no one else has ever gotten that reference before.
Yeah, the only thing I've really seen her is.
Holy shit, you remember it? Oh my god, yes. Let me see if I can find I don't even know if it's on YouTube. That's how obscure it is.
I mean, it's one of those like weird Canadian shows, right? Because she's not Australian.
I think it might have been Canadian, actually. Now that I know how to share my screen with audio, this is important because Gina Torres sings the fucking theme song. It's glorious. Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
500 years into the future, she will enter a world where machines rule the earth.
What the fuck?
Mankind has been driven underground. And Cleopatra is about to discover there's no place like home.
What in the Fifth Element Farscape half-breed is this?
Yes, to all of that. It was totally like Xena meets Fifth Element. You know, this might have been a New Zealand production, actually, because it's got, like, cast from Hercules and Xena. It's got fucking Jennifer Sky. Well, if you need it, too bad. I don't think you're going to find it anywhere, because I have looked, and that's all we got. Like, it's such a hidden, like, forgotten TV show.
Oh my god!
Definitely has Power Rangers vibes as well. Yeah, Xena and Hercules. I grew up watching those in New Zealand because they were filmed like down the street.
Yeah, I can't say I
all of the '90s little micro shows.
Yeah, no, can't say I knew any of those references or recognized that show.
You know what? That's fine. I don't think you're alone in that. I think nobody. I still think that like me and Droid Herder, we're the only ones who's ever heard of that show before. This was pre-sci-fi, man. This was before sci-fi was like a thing.
That's true, man. I remember when Sci-Fi Channel like first started existing.
Yes. The short answer is yes. The long answer is I don't know when because I kind of want to react to it. So I kind of want to just wait for it to hit streaming. which I know is a sacrifice. Makes me late to the party every time, but I'm willing to wait if it's really good. I don't need the huge screen necessarily. I know the movie theater experience is like the way to go, but my TV's big enough for me, you know. Yes, I did. I moved to the U.S. in like 2000. But I was born in New Zealand, so
I'm still on the fence. I really didn't like Crystal Skull, and like I don't know, like Dial of
Why didn't you like Crystal Skull?
Dial of Destiny.
Not to like call you out. I'm just curious what your opinion is, because like I didn't love it, but I don't like hate it. I know a lot of people are like intensely like, I hate Crystal Skull. It's not real Indiana Jones.
I wouldn't say that it wasn't real Indiana Jones, because there were some scenes that were like felt like legit still had the indie feel. I think there were just certain decisions, like Shia LaBeouf's character, I really didn't give a shit about. The fact that they tried to force this young Joan, like this, oh yeah, no, we're gonna bring in this
yeah, that's formula, you know.
We're gonna bring in this bastardized Indiana Jones kid because we're gonna say his mom got kidnapped, and if Shia LaBeouf does well, if Shia LaBeouf does as well for us as he did for Transformers, he's gonna be our new Indiana Jones. And like it just didn't play that way. And then instead of like Nazis, phenomenal, really easy go-to villain.
Well, I would say
communist psychic Russians are really hard to try to get behind.
It's a different. It's a whole different scenario for like the political landscape they were playing with. But for the Shia LaBeouf point, sure, he wasn't necessarily great. I didn't really love him, but the actor committed at least to the role. But I will say that they tried it with Shia LaBeouf and it failed. But if they hadn't done that, they would have tried 10 years later with Chris Pratt, and it might have succeeded. So we were spared a Chris Pratt Indiana Jones revival because they tried it with Shia and it wasn't viable. So
I don't know.
Get credit for saving us from Chris Pratt being in Indiana Jones. That's I'm willing.
I don't know, because we got Chris Pratt Jurassic Park instead, though. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's fine. That's fine. He can do the Jurassic Park thing. I haven't actually seen those movies yet, but I heard they weren't amazing. But I don't know. I like Bryce Dallas Howard. I'm still going to check him out eventually.
Yeah,
these are all things that are on my reaction. But like, you know, Indiana Jones. If he'd been on Indiana Jones instead of Jurassic Park, I would have had stronger feelings about it, I think.
Like, I've been having more fun watching Harrison Ford in one of the Yellowstone shows, or I don't know, like, also The Last Crusade was such an amazing adventure and such an amazing movie. But going back to Crystal Skull, I think because Indy is supposed to be something that's different from Star Wars, right? Like Indy is supposed to be kind of the love child between Spielberg and Lucas, right? So the fact that it ended up just being a flying saucer and actual aliens, the fact that it just ended up actually being space related and actual aliens is what seemed non-Indy about it. Because with first one, with what was the Temple of Doom? We have the fucking Ark of the Covenant out of all things, right?
Right.
Or no, that's the Lost Ark. Sorry. And then in Temple of Doom, we have Kali Ma in the middle of bumfuck India, where we're dealing with cultists and trying to get the sacred stones and trying to free all these orphan and slave.
Which is a prequel to Raiders.
No.
Yes, that's what I recently learned. Which adds nothing to the experience. I'm not sure why they made that decision, but the Temple of Doom is a prequel to Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Weird. Okay.
It is weird. I agree. It is weird, but that is officially the case. That's what I've learned recently.
So the first one, well, I guess that would make sense timeline wise, right? Because why would it go Nazis, random traitors, back to Nazis? So I could see Temple of Doom being actually supposed to be first chronologically, because he's also in the middle of bumfuck Amazon,
wild, I know.
Crystals and shit, right?
Exactly.
So, yeah. But yeah, and then with Last Crusade, we get the Holy Grail, we get Sean Connery, we get fucking with Nazis again. We get castles. We get tapestries. I'm here to examine the tapestries.
If you're Scottish Lord, then I am Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, like, and then we get weird Russian aliens. Like, it's just, it was so left field. It was just so different.
In defense of the aliens, I will say Indiana Jones has always felt like a 1950s like serial, like it's a pulp story you read in a magazine or like in a comic strip. And so like crazy spirits flying out of the Ark of the Covenant and melting people's faces off.
Fucking cool.
It's fucking cool. But
and the way that they practical CGI'd that shit.
It's right up there with aliens and flying saucers, though, in terms of believability. So like if one of these things can exist in the indie world and we don't question it, why not flying saucers? And because it's set in the 1950s, that's like what everyone had UFO fever. So I felt like it was a really good, just stylistic choice, considering that like, you know, we're in the 50s now, the war is over. We can't be all fighting the Nazis anymore because it's the 50s. So they fight the communists because they were like the boogeyman, America's boogeyman at the time, you know?
That's true.
Because this is supposed to be like pulpy. That's the vibe I always got from it. And that's why I was like, okay, aliens, like whatever. And they made them look like dumbass, like tinfoil flying saucers too. Like they really leaned into the old school hokey. I liked it, but I will fully admit that I'm easy to please when it comes to like being in the audience, especially Indiana Jones. I got a soft spot for those movies. And not everyone has to like it, but it never bothered me. That's all.
I will say the aesthetic shape of the Crystal Skull is really cool. I'm glad that they did kind of go with like a more elongated, like Egyptian skull shape for the Crystal Skull.
Oh my God, do I have a fucking clip for you about
versus
exactly what you're saying?
What? Versus like, because like every other Crystal Skull was just like a normal human skull that was just like made of crystal. But like I appreciated that they kind of at least alluded to some sort of more otherworldly thing about it. Like, no, this particular alien species has this magnetic crystalline skeletal structure, and that's how their physiology forms. Like
Right.
it's so cool. It fit. I mean, same thing with Spielberg and Lucas being friends because we get to see E.T.'s species in the fucking Galactic Council in the Republic.
I'm so glad you brought that up as well, E.T. So Spielberg really didn't want to do aliens in Crystal Skull. Check this out. This is fucking hilarious to me. This is classic George.
On a cinematic antecedent like we did with the other one.
To come in and do this, you know. And then when we actually
have the lag,
get close to a story involving extraterrestrials, Independence Day came out, which was a smash. And I said to George, I called George up.
Talk about how
and
Independence
said,
Day
hey,
just
this
came
movie's
out.
really a lot of fun. It's brilliantly directed by Roland Emmerich. It's just got everything you want in a movie. It's got humor and it's got drama. It's got things you've never seen before. It's got a mothership bigger than my mothership in Close Encounters, hovering over a city in broad daylight. I said, come on, we can't do aliens, especially since Roland has done his alien picture.
I then sort of thought, well, maybe I could do a kind of...
And Star Wars, God damn it.
There's a whole genre of ancient civilizations developed by aliens. And I said, well, maybe I can move...
Their aesthetic look is still really fucking cool. That rib cage is still really fucking cool.
So then George came to me one day, I'll never forget this conversation, said,
oh my God, look at that fucking hot rod. Jesus. That's Spielberg's car.
Too much of that stuff around. I said, George, I love you. That's the best news you've ever given me. He said, yeah, they're not aliens. They're kind of extra dimensional. I said, what? He said, ever hear of string theory about different dimensions? I said, yeah. He said, okay, these are interdimensional beings. They're not extraterrestrials. They're interdimensional.
Just keep listening.
So I said, fine. And what are they going to look like? George said, look like aliens. But we'll call them interdimensional. But at that point, I thought that was kind of interesting. It kind of deepened.
Like, go back to that face, though. That's fucking terrifying. But yeah.
Like, they're not aliens. They're not aliens. Well, okay, what do they look like? Well, they look like aliens.
They fucking look like 50s gray. Like, that's fucking terrifying. Like,
yeah, no one wants to see that. That is horrifying.
That's just as creepy as when we get to see half dead E.T. like in the river. You know, he's like all pale and like lethargic and like, yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh, we got some wild theory over here in the comments. It's what is this? Omega had a splice of Jango and splice of Palpatine. She gets pregnant, hides on Jakku, and gives birth to Rey. If so, Rey would be a Mando Jedi. if
see
that happened, I suppose that would, but we know who Ray's parents are now, so that
it wouldn't work.
That's a theory for like 6 years ago, but we've already got the answers to Ray's lineage now.
Yeah.
I feel like the first Mando Jedi is going to be Grogu, if it's going to be anyone, honestly. Interdimensional, I know, right? It's our lovely little loophole. We like interdimensional loopholes, just like in Star Wars. That's what the world between worlds is, or at least has the potential to be abused as.
Well, I mean, that's a lot of people, like Ancient Aliens. That's part of their whole idea, is that not all aliens that visit us are from like outer space, that some of them might be just like future humans just looking back in time as to like how we fucked ourselves up, sort of a situation.
I've always wondered about.
But Bigfoot's supposed to be an interdimensional creature as well, so
well, he's just a cryptid. I think he's just really good at hiding if he's out there. What do you make of the theory of time travel will never be invented, because if it does, we would have seen evidence of it, since we are in, like, the past, so to speak? How come we never see tourists from the future coming and checking out what the 2020s is? Well, who in their right mind would come back and visit the 2020s, though, honestly? So maybe
it's probably illegal.
But how come never among, like, you would think that way back in history there would be documented, like someone would be caught on camera by now in like the 1800s.
I'm sure there are, dude. Like, there's so many. Again, going back to the Ancient Aliens people, there's plenty of drawings, cave drawings, medieval church paintings and drawings and shit of weird satellites and weird shapes and ships and shit in the sky. Like, there's plenty of evidence of it being there. But nowadays, like, if there was, like, also we report shit flying around the Arizona sky all the time. Like, I feel like we probably do hear about things happening, but at the same time, we're also in the era of drones. So anything in the sky could be a fucking drone, Yeah,
UFOs they've been redefined recently too. It now like
UFA or UA.
It's phenomenon now instead of object.
Well, it's unidentified
aerial phenomenon.
What did you say?
Unidentified aerial phenomenon.
Is it?
Pretty sure
I thought it was anonymous. I thought it was like not anonymous,
unidentified flyers anonymous. We are an organization.
I can't talk. Anomaly. I thought it was
UFO.
Like an anomaly.
More meetings for unidentified flyers anonymous. All the aliens get out there. They're like, "Hi, my name is Bleeble. I'm a UFO." Everyone's like, "Hi, Bleeble."
Yeah, UAP. Like, I forget what the P stands for. It's unidentified, anomalous, like something. But yeah, they did change it.
See, there's like photographic evidence of people wearing modern clothing, like inexplicably, but it's all stuff that can be faked. And like the further we move forward in time with like image manipulation technology, it's going to become almost impossible to discern.
Or cloaking.
Any evidence that is presented to you can now be easily faked, so we can't trust anything that we might capture in the future.
Yeah, right. But it's like also not to mention, like, you don't think that, like, look at the Predator movies, or look at fucking Gray Fox and Metal Gear Solid. Like, you don't think that we would have, like fucking camo.
I mean, that's one theory.
You don't think we would have self camouflage by then? Like,
one theory is that the UFOs are constantly in the sky, but they're always cloaked, and the only times that we see them is when the cloaking technology fails somehow.
Which is what Shyamalan talks about in Signs, which was also an alien movie that came out the same fucking time as like Independence Day and right before Crystal Skull. So
I like Signs.
Signs was creepy as fuck.
The shot where he looks out the window at night and the alien's standing on top of the barn still fucks me up. Like when I think about that, I'm like, oh god.
The one that fucks me up is still the one walking by
on the videotape.
Yeah,
that's the one that gets everybody. For me, it was when he's putting the kid in bed and he looks up and it's like nighttime and there's an alien like silhouetted on the. Yeah. Hell no.
It's fucked up.
Hell no. And then he goes into the cornfield and the little leg is going like. No more signs. No more signs talk. It's gonna freak me out. I'm not gonna get to bed tonight. Yeah, it's possible that UFOs are time travelers. I don't know. I know that we have gone so far off topic, which is like classic Dork forces. So thank you so much for going down the rabbit hole with us as we talk about everything that's not Star Wars related, which seems
we
to
are,
happen a
because
lot.
it's still aliens. It's still science fiction. It's
True.
still
True.
the creativity of the
That's
world.
that's what launched us into this in the first place, was the world between worlds and extra dimensional time travel.
Yep.
I don't know. I think we're going to be getting a taste of that in Ahsoka. Like, I really do think so. Of the confrontation that we see her having with Ray Stevenson's character, R.I.P. Baylan Skoll, totally is in the world between worlds, because they've got like all the blue symbols and like outlines and everything behind them.
Shit, even in Star Trek, don't they have like a whole police division that's centered around time travel, and like they make sure that nobody fucking gets caught?
Yeah, they do. They have like temporal police.
Of course, exactly. So of course we're not gonna fucking see anything. If Star Trek is anything that's accurate, then like, yeah, no, that shit. I'm sure time travel is heavily policed.
If it's ever created, you can bet your ass it's going to be heavily regulated, or at least it needs to be.
Or if it was, we would have situations like Looper, where people would be coming back in time and preemptively assassinating people. Or fucking Terminator, where like robots would be coming back and preemptively assassinating.
If you haven't watched Looper, watch that movie. It's Rian Johnson. Love it. It's great.
This is trippy. It is true.
It is. It's Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Bruce Willis, right?
Yeah.
That's right. Playing old and young versions of the same dude. Fuck yeah. Van Damme Time Cop. That's exactly what it's going to be like in the future. They got it absolutely right in the 1980s, and I'm here for it.
Oh man. But yeah, no, that's actually something that's interesting that they haven't really brought up in Star Wars, is like the concept of time. But they touch on other philosophical adages and ideas, and then with Yuuzhan Vong, they're going to be breaking the barrier of like what's technology and what's sentient. So,
do you think they're coming back into canon? Excuse me.
I guess it would depend on like,
where would they fit in? They could be the new threat in the sequels. Rey rebuilds the Jedi Order. First Order's done. The dark side's been pretty crippled for like the next 100 years or so. It can come back in a future set of movies. But for now, what if the Yuuzhan Vong invade the galaxy while she's trying to rebuild the Jedi Order?
I mean, what they could do also is like, what they could do is have like a series of short stories throughout the universe. Like, what if we got like a mini series about Cade Skywalker and like, you
Legacy,
know, Darth Crate and like those Sith, and then we get like another little short series about some group. But at the same time, each series like is hinting at like a deeper, bigger universal threat. And then
I think that we are already setting up an extragalactic threat in the form of the Grisk. Do you know about the Grisk?
Negative.
They are an invading species that are like, they're like aggressively expanding their empire, and they're currently a threat to the Chiss ascendancy in Chiss space. And they're talked about in the new canon Thrawn novels, which are also written by Timothy Zahn, just like the old ones were, which is awesome. But I think if anyone's going to invade the galaxy, I think it's going to be the Grisk at this point. Let me see what I can pull up on them, because they're pretty sweet. Very different aesthetically to the Yuuzhan Vong, who are all into like scarification and stuff. Grisks are a species living somewhere in the unknown regions. Creatures half of myth, whom few have ever seen. It is said that they are nomads with no fixed home, traveling in spacecraft so numerous they blot out the stars. They are said to be terrifying warriors, overwhelming their opponents by sheer numbers and ferocity.
Sounds like the aliens from Independence Day, ironically.
Totally.
That was their whole thing. They were like fucking space locusts and would just like pirate planet to planet and rob it of its resources, and they just fucking kill off the
And once the planet is like wasted and ravaged, they move on to the next one.
Yep.
That's totally the same kind of vibe that I get from the Grisk as well. And Yuuzhan Vong were kind of like that, but they held on to the worlds after they purged them, and they just sort of like hung out there because they didn't mind. Like they terraformed them on purpose to make them more habitable for them. Yeah.
It was definitely more of like spreading themselves.
I will say this about Vector Prime by R.A. Salvatore, where Chewbacca was crushed by a moon. Yes, it put a scar in the fandom that everyone that read that book is like still kind of fucked up about it, myself included. But the concept of how they pulled that off was badass. So the Yuuzhan Vong infiltrate the planet by shooting a living creature into the core of the planet, right?
Yeah.
This creature can activate a gravity well inside itself, and it latched onto the moon that was orbiting the planet and just sucked it down into the surface, and just like, it's like, why are you hitting yourself like with a moon to its own planet? And boom, just cratered the whole thing, killed all the life. And Chewbacca was standing at the epicenter of where the fucking moon came down.
Yeah, man.
That's how they took him out, man. He got crushed by a moon. He was there with Chewie. Chewie was there with Han on the Falcon. They were evacuating the moon as much as they possibly could.
He died evacuating it.
And he was left behind. And like, the worst part is Han Solo was a dick about it afterwards to his son, who was piloting the Falcon, and he blamed his son and like wouldn't speak to him and was like the worst father for a really long time. And it's because he was acting out his own grief, like, obviously, but disappointing Han. So if you don't like Han's story in the sequels, fair, but like he had a pretty questionable story in Legends as well, if you ask me. He spends the next like 4 books in a row of the New Jedi Order series just like drunk in a cantina, useless to anyone while the galaxy's being ravaged. Like, and I get it, you know. He lost when Han loses Chewie. That's like half his world.
That's true. That's true.
He took it out on his son, man, and it was wrong. I like the Tron remake. I thought it was pretty fun. Fun fact, my parents went on their first date to go see the original Tron movie way back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I fucking love Tron Legacy. That was the shit. I regularly listen to the soundtrack in full because just like Daft Punk did an amazing job. Like, did a way they Tron
I need
Legacy
to rewatch that movie.
A Tron is a Daft Punk music video, and starring Keira Knightley. And it's just, or not Keira Knightley, fucking what's her nuts who played Cora? Fuck, can't think of her name right now. She was also in Cowboys and Aliens.
I don't know who the lady is, but I know that Kurt Russell is the main dude, right?
I think it's Olivia Wilde.
No, it's what's his face? It's the dude. It's Jeff Bridges.
Well, yeah, he's in it too. But I was
Bridges.
talking about. I was trying to remember
Kurt Russell. My God.
No, it wasn't Kurt Russell.
That would have been a very different movie.
No. It's
Olivia Wilde. Thank you.
Fuck. Why am I forgetting everybody's name now?
It's Olivia Wilde, right? That's the name
of the lady. Yeah.
Yeah.
But now who's Kevin Flynn? Who's Kevin Flynn's actor? From fucking Big Lebowski.
And Michael Sheen, absolutely.
God damn it. I can't remember.
From Big Lebowski?
Jeff Bridges. Fucking Jeff Bridges.
Yeah, Jeff Bridges.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the soundtrack is absolutely incredible for sure.
We'd get there. We get there eventually.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk about Rebel Moon briefly. It's piqued my interest a little bit, my curiosity. Do you know about Rebel Moon, Chris?
I mean, it's Todd's project, yeah.
Right, but have you watched the trailer for it yet?
I'm not sure. Maybe.
Let's take a look. Let's take a look at this. Where is it? Cool. Found it. Let me share my screen one more time.
I also appreciated about Tron Legacy that it didn't give me a headache after watching it like the first Tron did. The first Tron, like the hard line graphics were just very difficult for my brain to really handle. But
yeah, this is. It's Zack Snyder's take on Star Wars is how it's being referred to.
It's fly to another planet.
You kill them all. Savagely, with no honor, no dignity. It gives me clarity of purpose.
But you'll die along the way.
For all that you love.
That shot was very Star Wars.
I'm down.
I'm down too. I think my main draw to it is the art direction. I think looks really good.
Completely.
I like the ships. I like the way the technology is being imagined, and the setting is cool. That shot of him looking up and having the two moons, it's like, come on, we know exactly what this is drawing from right here.
Well, I don't know. Well,
Binary
yeah,
moon
I
set.
guess so. I don't know. Part of it was really reminding me of what's his nuts, the Carter guy who like goes to Mars and like fights the war.
Oh, John Carter.
John Carter, yeah. It kind of
I
reminds
like
me
John
of
Carter.
it.
I like the original John Carter story.
It kind of reminded me. It kind of reminded me a little bit of like a little bit of Babylon 5, or not Babylon 5, but a little bit of like Battlestar and a little bit of maybe the ships were a little Babylon. But yeah, no, it was dope.
Have you seen the? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I feel like I've seen a longer trailer for Rebel Moon though, or that might have been a different sci-fi thing that I had seen.
The live action photos from the Avatar.
Yes, I have seen them.
I haven't actually taken a look at these yet. I saw the little tease thing that they did, but yeah,
It looks pretty good. I mean, the casting is already phenomenal. So I
Here's Zuko. Look at him. Look at him with that scar.
Looks good. I appreciate that the helmet and the armor actually looks Fire Nation shaped.
Like, it does. It looks very faithful to the cartoon.
This gives me hope. Sokka looks really good. Katara looks good.
Let's see. Is it Sokka?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, everyone's complaining.
What's off about it? What feels off about Sokka? I can't tell. Like, there's something I can't put my finger on.
He's using his serious face right now because
he is using a serious face. That's true. Which makes me worried because he used a lot of serious face in the last live action remake. And it looks amazing.
The colors look good. The stick looks great. The tattoo looks a little big. Like the arrows, I guess there's no real. I mean, Shyamalan, I fucking hate Shyamalan, but he did a really good job aesthetically with making the tattoos look nice. But this kid looks fucking great. I look at this picture and I totally hear Aang's voice coming out. When I was looking at Zuko's picture, I could totally hear fucking Zuko's voice come out.
Yeah, Zuko looks fantastic, honestly.
But I mean, in the first episode, like in Boy in the Iceberg, Sokka wasn't funny. Like Sokka isn't like he wasn't.
That's true.
Like we as the audience got to warm up to Sokka the same time that Aang got to warm up to Sokka. So everyone's worried when they show that first picture of like, oh, Sokka, like he looks too white. I'm like, he looks white? Do you remember what the first fucking Sokka looked like? He was white. He was actually white. These people are at least people of color, so shut the fuck up. But here, like, he's probably with Gran, and he's probably telling Katara to not fuck with the Fire Nation ship right now. Or
these were released by Netflix as part of their first look.
Yeah, or he's
honestly, it looks fantastic. Is my response to the first look.
Yeah,
Katara looking excellent right there.
Katara looks beautiful.
Hairdo with the braids.
She looks beautiful. She looks like little water tribe girl. Like, look at her. She looks fantastic.
I'm very excited to see what we can come up with for like new modern CGI bending. It's going to look really good.
If anything, her robe looks a little too light blue, and she looks like she could be Yue instead of Katara. That's the only complaint I have. Like she's
Yue. That's right. We are going to get that in the first season, aren't we?
Yue, yeah, dude. She's got to turn into the moon, dude. She's got to turn into the moon.
Hell yeah.
And then we get Koizilla Aang. And he's gonna beat the shit out of Admiral Zhao and drown him in the fucking.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that a lot.
Fucking South Pole, bro. Or was it the North Pole? They went to
the northern one a little bit. Yeah, totally. Boomy's gonna make or break this show.
Fuck, Boomy's season 1. All right, no. Was Boomy season 1? Oh, wait. Ooh, shit.
He is, isn't he?
I don't remember now. I'm like brain fart. I know. Oh yeah, he had to have been season 1 because Toph is season 2.
Yes.
Blind Bandit, season 2. Season 3 is all the Fire Nation shit. It's all the Azula stuff. Yeah, it's all the Azula stuff. And
I'm looking forward to it, and I hope that the original voice cast have opportunities to cameo in some way,
dude.
Even if it's just voice cameos, you know. And D. Baker needs to come back and be Appa again. That's important.
Someone's saying they need to be the Ember Island players because there's been a couple of conventions that they've all traveled together and they've all dressed up as their individual characters.
That's kind of amazing.
They could be the fucking Ember Island players, bro.
That would be really funny if they were there. Is the show
Well, Mark Hamill.
going to do
That's
that?
true.
I wonder. Are they going to try and remake it like a little bit more gritty?
That's true. Cliff Notes. Mark Hamill's. He's talked about Ozai, but he's never gone on a convention trail with other Avatar people.
Our new Ozai is Daniel Day Kim, which is bad.
Yeah,
He's going to kill it. I can't wait, honestly. No, that's going to be excellent. Cool. Well, I'm glad we ended on that note too, because I'm actually really excited about the new Avatar stuff. I'm right in the middle of book 2 of Korra right now for the first time. Those reactions are going up on Patreon, so I'm like very much in the Avatar universe right now. Yeah. If you're waiting for that to hit YouTube, I'm really sorry for the delay. It is coming though. It's coming soon on Grizzled Wizard, along with the D&D reaction, which just went up there as well on Patreon. That movie's freaking hysterical. Have you seen it yet?
No, I have not.
Okay, you got to watch it, Stat.
I know we were trying to do it together, but I hadn't responded.
I decided to just strike while the iron was hot and just get it committed to the record, which is fine. Yeah, thank you so much. And thanks everyone for tuning in to 50 episodes of this ridiculous extended Star Wars conversation that I enjoy very
and Rings of Power and Willow and Lord of the Rings. Like there's
all of it.
All of it.
It's true. If it's nerdy, we probably will cover it here. Like, we are a Star Wars podcast, but that doesn't mean that we can't like branch out a little bit and talk about whatever is on our minds, because there's a good chance it's on your minds too, right? We're all
Marvel
on this together.
stuff, miniatures, cosplay, droid building, all of it, man.
All of it. Excellent. I'm going to play us out with so many options now. A classic. I think you guys will appreciate this one. One more time, thank you again for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.
The Trade Federation have no presence there.
How can you be sure? It's controlled by the Hutts. You can't take a Royal Highness there. The Hutts are gangsters. Gangsters.